Morning, folks. And now we are here, wherever here is. I hate when I get stuck on something before show starts. I've been trying to figure this out on my free time before work time starts. I haven't figured it out yet, and it's driving me crazy because it's just one thing. I need one thing, and I've got this figured out. And for reasons that are still beyond me, every time I ask for this one thing, the people on the forums keep kind of just sidestepping it. And I just need this one thing. Hello, Brent. Actually, Brent probably can help me do this one thing. I need this one stupid thing. We're waiting for an animation to render on the other side, so can't do anything else at the moment. So while waiting, I've been kind of looking at one thing, and I'm trying to figure this one thing. All right, and you're gonna hate it because it's star things, but I finally have the thing I'm looking for in star things. Finally. Oops, that was under here. I did. And so, like I said, computer is not you.
Sorry, I thought I heard my name.
You thought correctly, actually. We're rendering an animation at the moment, so it's working. I can't do anything else in the animation department right now. It's gotta. And in fact, I've discovered that if I bring it up onto screen, it makes my PC chug out. So it has to be put in the background. If it's put in the background, my PC seems to run just fine. It's perfectly content. Happy little bugger. I just watch down there in the corner to see what the icon says. It's a big animation, so there's that. All right. So I have these codes that I have built for Celestia. And it tells me when I fire off Celestia, wherever Celestia is, it will tell me the universal position. Oh, you can't see it. The universal position of an object, right? So x equals minus 13.19, y equals 0.00000, and z equals, okay, perfect. I now have an absolute system for finding every star in their absolute XYZ looking perfect. Everything is, but I can't get it to do anything but put it in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There is a way, a function, to get Celestia in script format to export that information to a text file. And I can't get any. Every time I talk to people on the forums, they give me the how to turn XYZ into right ascension and declination. And that's like, okay, but that's not what I need. I'm trying to make a pizza box, is what they call it, a pizza box map, because it's like a pizza box, right? And inside there are all these dots. I'm trying to make that. That's all I'm trying to make. It's not that hard. I'd be done with this already. Except that I've literally spent weeks trying to figure out how to just get code that will just give me that right there for each star. That's it. Right here. That's all I need. Celestia's already set up all of the stars. They know where everything is. All right, so if I open this, the notepad, this is the code, right? This is the code. And I could probably then do Let's try this. Copy. Paste. Right? And then say... Maybe? You think this will work? Well, it only printed one. See, I don't know what it did. Because it didn't do what I wanted it to. This is what bothers me. I should know. I don't know how to do coding well enough to know whether I'm doing this right. Or what part of this I can diminish. Looks like we have another 2 minutes left on that. Render. Yeah. Can you see the code? There's the code. So it obviously has a function going on here, and I'm trying to figure out. So all I need is this get X command, get Y command, and get Z command. I don't know what this 10.0 -1 -1 2 and 7 means. The documentation's unclear. No, the documentation's probably clear as a bell to you guys. Because I feel like there's just get position. Oh, you're watching on your cell phone? Yeah, that won't help you. Excuse me. That's all right. You can access and assign the X, Y, and Z coordinates of a position object directly. E.g., oh, here's the simpler version of it. Oh, wait. Okay. Accessing components this way returns normal Lua values. which have less precision than the 128-bit value stored in a position object. Okay, so these are in millionths of a light year. Oh my god. This is so complicated. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I feel very... I just wish people would, because like I posted on the Celestia forum and what they gave me, and I'm not knocking these guys. I mean, like, what they gave me though was get coordinates, which looks like this, right? And it's clear in the end, it says print right ascension, declination, distance. So in other words, it's totally undoing it. It's going from Cartesian back to astronomical. And that's been my problem the whole time. The reason that my star charts are always screwed up is because I only have up angle, turn, and distance. So I have to do trigonometry every time. And we all know how super awesome I am at trigonometry. So part of the problem has been that I will do what I think is solid trigonometry, and then my stars are put into a place, and then I'll get into Celestia, and the stars are like this. And I'm like, how did I do that? How did I mess this up? And somewhere in there, I did a math problem wrong. Well, Celestia has all of the stars in there already in Cartesian coordinates. They already have an X, a Y, and a Z location to an absolute value. I think the absolute value is based on Earth, and that's fine. So all I need to do is get Celestia's XYZ, and my star maps are correct. That's it. That's all. And they're done. No more having to fight over stupid star maps. The problem is, every time I ask people, they keep thinking I'm an astronomer looking for the right ascension and declination, because that's how we identify stars on Earth. We look up in the sky and we go, well, there's the equator, so it's about 20 degrees up from the equator, and we'll pick an arbitrary number like this here, and they'll call that 0, and it's 270 degrees to the left, and then it's 65 million light years that way. Well, so the code they gave me, whenever I asked them to help me with this, I just needed the XYZ. They gave me something that gives me literally the right ascension and declination and distance. So in other words, it's going to do all the math to convert the XYZ into right ascension, declination, and distance. And then I'm going to have to go manually do the math to get it back to XYZ. So I've been sitting here going, well, how do I just delete this so that it just gives me the XYZ coordinates? I'm like, this is so confusing. Right? I don't even know what it's doing. So that's part of my problem. It shouldn't be that hard. But then I just need to get Celestia to print it to a text file. If it would do that, I could copy and paste the text file, and I'd have all the coordinates, and then I can just make them work. And the problem, of course, is that when it comes to code, I don't quite understand what's going on. For example, now equals Celestia : get time open print close print. The open print close print thing always gets me. If I put get time, say sol inside the open print close print, that breaks the code. Why did you put parentheses in there if there was nothing to put inside it, right? Get time, I guess, is just now. But see here in the next line, Celestia : find sol earth, right? I'm actually going to erase this and just do sol and see if it gets 0. That'd be kind of cool. And maybe I should just be doing this. Right, and see if this works. It's just frustrating because I've been so close to finishing this thing, and every time I think I get my star map settled down, the math is completely screwed up, and it's my fault. It's not even like it's my, and that's the reason why, even though I know you've been kind of doing the, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so the universal position of the sun is pretty much 0. So all of this is offset by 0. Okay, cool. We've fixed that problem. Okay, let's fix this. And then we'll have to go back over to render in a minute because the render is done. Even more frustrating is this, the fact that there's not, it's already planned and plotted. Where's the dots? I totally planned and plotted it until I, hey Diggs, how you doing, man? This is really frustrating me. I can't figure out where the heck I put stuff.
little thwackers.
Are you leaving?
I'm leaving. Have a good day.
Thank you. Love you. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay. It's not here. Where did I put it? It's easy for myself. All right. Well, boy, we've done ourselves a great disservice here. Well, while it's doing that, let's go over here and check out where we are. Okay. Okay. One of our biggest problems with doing these animations is it's a lot of work and then sitting here for 40 minutes while it renders out. Not half as fun as it should be. All right. All right. While we're at it, let's talk about this animation. There's a tree there. We're in the middle of our tree. Let's not get in the tree. All right, so what we're going to do next here is fix these signals so that they work correctly. And the point is that you can see which way these are working. So, okay, here we are. They're both green. That'll be bad, huh? So let's start with you being red. Okay. That works. What you doing today, Diggs? I haven't seen you respond, so I was just curious. All right. Close all these. So we'll need to cycle this light all the way through. Right, so now it's green. We actually probably ought to make this guy a green arrow too. Right. because I want them to be the same. 1, 2, and then 3. And I'm going to take this guy and make him yellow. And just before that, the frame before that, we'll make him green. Let's go to the frame before. Always the frame before. And this one will hold at red. And then that way we can see what the difference is between a red arrow and a blinking arrow. 2, 3, 4. I feel like I did this wrong. Let's go ahead and remove those. Green. Right. So this is each 3 is a second. So 1, 2, 3, 1 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll let you turn at this point in time yellow from green. That's 1, 2, 3. That's what it really should be. If I don't put that hold in there, let's see if that works. Right. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. Six. So 5, 2, 3. We'll go there. We'll make you go young. One, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. There, that's why I can't find it. There. All right. So in the middle of doing all of that, we managed to get Celestia to run properly. And then from here, that's the thing. All the stars now fit. Right? Now they're all correct. And you can see each and every one, and this is part of the reason why I'm so frustrated. I've got all the stars in the star maps here working correctly. This is correct, right? Here's all of the bad guys. Here's all the good guys. That's a neutral party. Yeah, the neutral party's over here. That's another neutral party right over here, right? Have it all together. I have it. It's in Celestia. Celestia knows where all these stars are. All I need to do is convert this data into something that I can make little posts on, and it'll run, and it'll be fine. And then we can have all of the accurate star maps exactly the way they're supposed to be. So the data is already here. All I need is the XYZ coordinates of each one of these little dots. That's it. And then we're done. We're over. It's over. We don't have to do this anymore. Because all of the struggling that I have been doing with star maps has been because my math is screwed up every time. And I keep asking people to help me, and they're like, okay, and they send me the wrong data. And I'm like, I can't use this. This isn't what I'm looking for. And I don't blame them. I'm doing something weird. Like, nobody thinks to make 3D maps from the point of view of like some omniscient god looking at the zone. Nobody thinks to do that. They always think that we're looking at constellations up in the sky. I get that. That's cool. But it is still really accurate. Because these are all here. They're all here. I've got everything. Right? All I need, here's every one of the stars. Like all of their names and everything. So we already are here. We have them. The data is here. I've compiled it. These are every star. This is all the star. Well, I don't need that note. And all I need now is the XYZ and its angle. And the maps are done. And it's just so like, it's so frustrating because they're not going the way they're supposed to be going. And this is not the way it's just so difficult. Anyway, so we'll get there. We'll get there. But today is not the day for that. We are doing this instead. Three, 2, 3. And then we start this cycle all over again, don't we? Because really, if we go all the way back here, that light, Right, that's it. So we just need to make sure this one goes all the way in here. We'll go 780 as its range so far. There we go. Once we're at that range, we can just hit play and let's see if this works. All right, green arrow, green light, yellow arrow, red and yellow arrows. And Pepper is here. Blinking left arrow, yellow light, red light, green light. Okay, good. The lights are working. That's a very short left turn arrow. That's all right. It makes the point.
I thought you did all of the animations for the school.
I have one remaining one, which is left on yellow / left on blinking yellow / taking control of the intersection. That's the last one. All the rest of them are done. But that one needed to be done. So, but the reason it wasn't done was because I didn't have the coding correct for the light cycles, for the cycling of the lights, so that they worked correctly. And behold, they are working correctly now. So. And I need both the yellow blinking and I need the steady red. So that's what we're working on now.
Okay. I just gave restream permission.
Well, good. I'm like, why would you give restream permission? I don't know.
Well, we talked about it yesterday, didn't we?
Maybe.
Alright.
But, you know, sometimes I have the memory of a moray eel.
Oh, I thought you had the memory of a goldfish.
I have a memory of a porpoise. I have the memory of George. George is... How are you doing, George?
Alrighty.
George is laying underneath my stool here. And he's just like laying there and he's all happy. And I'm like, okay. So I pet him with my big toe every so often. He's like, yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. All right, let's stop this. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Our buddy came in last night during the show, and we helped her figure out how to start up Global Comics, or start up her account on Global Comics. And while we were at it, both Ken and I looked over Global Comics, and we got totally mind blown about things like there's Antarctic Press on there, and all kinds of stuff, and we're like, wow, there's so many things on here. And then I found a Harlock comic, and I was like, Harlock. So I was like, you know, so that's what happened last night. It deteriorated quickly from about 11:30 to midnight. We didn't manage to get anything done because we were like, whoa, this is we got all sidetracked.
What else is normal?
No, I didn't know that Ben Dunn was on there. Yeah, so like I found like how to draw books and all kinds of cool stuff. I think that I will probably get a full global comics account because it's work, and that I can call that a legitimate purchase because this is work. And so I think that would be a fair thing. The rates are pretty decent for a year's worth of global comics and stuff. So I think I might do that, but I have to wait until after I have made a few. We have to pay a few bills first, but yeah. Brent says hi because he likes you,
Hey, Brent.
but you knew that. Yep. But also, I like the idea that I can unlock all the comics and read all these comics, because then I can see what everybody's doing. And it is kind of scary though when you sit there and you hit all and you end up with like Ben Dunn comics sitting next to Bellatrix Rising, and I'm like it's so freaky but kind of cool. But boy, that totally messes with my universe. Like my imposter syndrome doesn't even want to handle that. It's like nobody's gonna find it, nobody's gonna care. It's all into that. My imposter syndrome is really into that.
Bill told me that I should submit my art to Ben Dunn for the Amazonians of the Apocalypse. And I was like, most of the Amazons that I draw for that series do not have large breasts.
Right, and that was one of the requirements he said.
Some of them have completely removed their breasts.
Because Amazons.
And everything I've looked at from Ben Dunn, when it pertains to the feminine body, those are quite important for him.
I wouldn't say that would stop it right away. I mean, he totally didn't have a problem with Bellatrix Rising, and you know darn well I'm not even bothering with that one. I'm not going there. That is such a... Like, one of my characters has she's got the largest chest of all of them, and it still would be construed as like a B cup as far as most typical comics, because I find that to be offensive. It's actually something that I rally about. I'm like, mess with this. So, let's see here. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah.
So, Bill has off tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be wanting to come onto the show or not.
Yep, people can deal with it. That's the way I feel about it too, Kat. People can just deal. I'm going to make my female characters realistically proportioned and realistically sized. And if people can't handle that, that's their problem, not mine.
Well, the whole reason why my Amazons are the way that they are is it's apocalypse. It was a nuclear fallout, and these are the Amazon society that leaves the village to go hunting,
Right.
and they do it to reduce their risk of having like breast cancer
Sounds
because
good
they
to
don't
me.
want to deal with having to check themselves every week and stuff like that. They just found it to be a nuisance, so they just removed the object that would be infected first. That's on how I
Sounds good to
explain
me.
it. And there's nothing wrong with that because I know plenty of women that have done that.
Yep.
They had BRCA and they decided to remove their breasts.
Yep.
And my own family, we have.
Right. It'd probably benefit,
Yeah.
especially in space.
Well, in my own family, we actually, like, my mom had to get genetically tested to see if she had it because my grandmother, her mother had it, and her sister had it. And my aunt had it, has the BRCA gene, is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have one great aunt who had multiple variations of cancer, and breast cancer was one of them. I have another aunt who's had breast cancer. My mom got tested for the gene. She found out that she's not a carrier of the gene, so she didn't pass it on to me and my sisters. So, like, it's a very poignant thing for my family.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, male is a thing, man. We can get him too.
Mm-hmm.
Breast cancer. We can get breast cancer too. That's one of those things that, it's like people.
Yeah, BRCA. Well, and also with males, the there's also a high rate of testicular cancer with the BRCA gene with males too. So, there's that. I don't know if they've disproven that or not yet, but yeah,
it's back to the.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I'm now 50. Now all of these things are actually likely to happen. Well, not likely to happen to me, but things I've got to watch for. Like, this is all stuff that's got, it could happen now. I remember some guy was talking at one point, and he said, if we find a way to extend the human lifespan to, say, 200 years, everybody would die of cancer. Because cancer is an inevitability. It's just that most people tend to die before the cancer develops. It's just part of the function of being a person. Some people are more susceptible and some people are less susceptible, but it's a matter of when do those genes get broken. Somewhere along the line, in all of us, the genes just break, and then all of a sudden we have a tumor, and something screws up and blows up. It's the nature of who we are.
Yeah.
And so the reason why cancer is more prevalent today than ever before is because we're living longer now. So a lot of us are now going past the cancer line, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you're starting to see it more. But he says everybody would get cancer at some point in time. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
if we lived to be 300, we'd all die of cancer.
I actually have a godson who was born with tumors in his brain.
Yep.
So,
like sometimes it hits right off the bat, sometimes it doesn't. It's a roll of the dice. Whether you get it early or not. It just depends on what dice you get when you're born, is whether you're susceptible or not.
Yeah,
Some people
he was born.
He
was born with No. Yeah, 16, I think, tumors that were all tiny.
Mhm.
They thought his head shape was just weird from his dad's side of the family. And no, it turned out that he was having problems with his brain developing. His skull was too big, it had too much in it, and it was
Mhm.
putting pressure on his brain, and it was causing him to have headaches and all this other stuff. And then they scanned it and they found a whole bunch of these tiny things all over his brain, and they were able to get rid of a good portion of them so that he could start like growing properly and not have any problems. But then they had to basically say, well, now we have to watch the rest of the tumors the rest of his life.
Right.
And he's gone through
All the time.
I want to say, I think he's up to 4 rounds of fighting off cancerous tumors. He's 17
Yep.
now, and he has his own license, so he can drive,
Good
all
job.
that fun stuff. Which, that in its own right is like kind of a feat in itself.
Right.
Because they didn't know if he was actually going to have to be taken care of for the rest of his life or not.
Makes sense.
So,
No, don't do that. If you are not at position 1, this is what happens with our animation. Don't do that. Wow.
yes,
Super awesome. That's why we don't do it that way. You have to remember to be at 0 point. Otherwise, things go ugly. All right. Car A is our main car, as usual, because blue is the coolest color ever. People. Why is it pause? Why do you pause? So weird. There's like one missing blink. It's the missing blink, I tell you. Nope. You chose poorly. Red. This was something that puzzled me for a long time too. I didn't know because they put in one of these blinking yellow lights up here at Lamar. And I was like, hey, Can waving from the blankets. It was on Lamar, and I'm like, there's a thing. So I was like, I don't know why it's doing this, because it turned red and then it turned green, or it turned yellow flashing. And I was like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just turn to yellow flashing? What's the point? And it took me some time to realize what they were doing. And that is the light turns red to hold the people from jumping in front of everybody on the oncoming traffic. So it's a red light.
So what you're saying is it's what Bill complains that I do at traffic lights. Got it.
I didn't know what Bill complains that you do. Probably, though. Are you jumping the light? Like jumping in front of traffic whenever the light turns, whenever you get a green light?
Not necessarily green light, but basically I do speed up when it turns yellow.
Well, yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. So you know what a flashing left arrow means, right?
Yes.
It's on unprotected left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So it's just the same thing as a green light, right? If you're making a left, you must yield to oncoming traffic. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
What people were doing was the light would turn green and they would make the left before oncoming traffic could speed up.
Right.
So in other words, they would jump in front of oncoming traffic to make the turn before traffic got up to speed in the intersection. But that's causing accidents, of course, because you're presuming that nobody has a Tesla on the other side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Teslas can get up to speed really quick, so of course they'll get up to speed and then hit you while you're in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah.
So they wanted to stop that. So the whole point is the left arrow turns red to hold you until traffic starts to get through the intersection. Then it turns to a flashing yellow saying you have access to the intersection. So that's what's going on. And it took me some time to figure out what they were doing. I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. So So how are you doing today?
I have to finish up some of the stuff that I've had delays on. Stuff that I've been not wanting to really focus on because of one thing or another.
Gotcha.
Also, I've been debating whether or not to go out on a limb and buy pre-made watercolor medium because I can't really get myself to go get the distilled water to do it myself.
Gotcha. While I have you here, Pepper, I intend for tomorrow to be Watercolor Wednesday,
Okay.
tomorrow morning's show.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, there's no obligation for you to join. However, should you be inclined
Well,
to join on Watercolor Wednesday, I will be using I actually have over here, I have my setup. So it is rigged to show, or it's rigged to do a setup for painting. I have lights over there and everything, and a camera. You can actually see. Do this so you can see what's there. So we're already set up for it. Can's asking, how do you feel after the con?
I still am coughing. I've been coughing for a while. But honestly, it's allergy season for me.
Right.
I have things that are in my environment that sometimes causes me to cough. And my body's no longer achy, which means whatever I was going through from the con has probably gone through my system by now. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And just so you know, Can, I cleared my COVID test with a negative. He's just checking to make sure none of us caught COVID while we were at the con.
Why did he?
I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't think anyone. No, I hadn't heard anyone got. I did not hear of anyone
I think we all managed to make it through con without getting COVID.
Yeah, I mean, if someone got COVID from the most recent convention that we were all at, I think everyone and their mother would be like reporting back on that.
Yeah. It's not that. I think, Can's just being extra cautious. Totally understandable, because Can has had some ugly problems with COVID. COVID and Can have not gotten along.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to make a texture map of a gray car. Like, it's just gray, so that I can have nondescript gray cars that go past, so that you can have, like, look, here's a whole bunch of basic traffic that's none of the people you need to worry about. So you don't need to worry about these cars. These are not cars you need to worry about. They do nothing. Can says no. I don't know what that means, but we talked about 16 things, so I'm not sure what's going on that one, but okay. Oh, no COVID there. Gotcha. Yep, no COVID there. Open this. And let's see here. I will open. Maybe car A1B. Maybe. Just making sure. That's fire. Okay, so I'm going to pick a neutral gray. Such a boring neutral gray. Boring neutral gray cars are neutral gray. I'll even make the license plate boring. Have you seen the black license plates? Those are so cool. I totally want black license plates now.
What do you mean?
They've got throwback 1930s license plates now, and they're just black with white letters and Colorado written on the bottom. And you can get them for your car, but they're just total throwbacks to the like the 30s or whatever. And so I'm like, oh, black license plates kick butt. I want throwback license plates. So that's kind of cool. I want those. So, like, man. Save as. I'll call you generic. We'll even make the person inside generic. Make a generic person. Dinosaur plates, yeah. Nope. Generic dude. Now what I will do is take you, we'll go to perspective camera, highlight, take you, we'll take your car, and we'll call it car generic 1. Because I need a bunch of cars to go through this intersection so that you can find out what we're talking about here. Right? Go to surfaces, car generic 1 needs to be browsed, and we just get the generic car. Poof, it's gray. Ambient color needs to be also the same. Color it generic. Poof, it's gray. Right? Dude needs to be generic person. We'll go for browse. Generic dude. Poof, he's gray. Yeah. Now, just to check to make sure it works. Poof, gray car. Good. Generic gray car with a gray dude. That way we can have a bunch of cars that go through the intersection. If we need to. Well, actually, I think I will save car generic 1 as set. We'll do as generic gray car. Save. You'll ask me maybe. I don't think that worked like I wanted it to. I feel like that didn't work like I wanted it to.
It never works the way you want it to.
Right? Like, I totally feel like it didn't do what it was supposed to do. It didn't. It's because I needed to save it as a subset. That's what I need to do. Save as subset. That's what I need to do. There we go, because that's what I want, right? Car generic 1. Don't save anything else, just generic 1. Your accept. That should put car generic 1. There we go.
Anyone ever say that the worst type of thing to draw is literally Windows? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Windows.
Are you saying you don't do Windows?
I don't like drawing windows. No, I do not.
No. I'm just saying, you don't do Windows. Whole line of little gray sedans just waiting to go somewhere. Like a whole line of them. This is awesome. All right. Wow. The rain rolls in at 4 o'clock and it gets pretty serious. Just saying. Orange juice.
I guess it's better than not orange juice.
Hey, it's good for you. Just saying. You people are falling too close. I'm just gonna say that here and now. You guys are all way too close to each other. This whole chain reaction of gray cars getting slammed into it. Something bad were to happen here. That's all right. That's all right. You just do what you need to do. So we need to get a car up here. So he comes up as the light turns red. Is it somebody joining? No, it wasn't. It was just Pepper
It
making
was
a
me
noise that
hitting
sounded
the-
very much like the joining beep. That was weird. Things you hear in different. Oh, and I mean this in a good way, sort of. Right? You can crash into each other once they're over there. Ah, bam! Okay, that's funny. Not as funny as it should be, but that's still funny. Car number 2 is in a hurry to go somewhere, man. He's in a hurry. Stop slowing down. Okay, that's fine. That's car number 4. He's a little slow. Not moving as fast as everybody else. Not in as big of a hurry. Right? Kind of.
No, it's not what I wanted. Kyle the Kraken wants friends. I don't think I even want to know.
Right? I'm like trying to figure out what that means there too. I'm like,
What? Kyle the Kraken wants friend?
oh no, that what Can's talking about.
I'm not sure what he's talking about. What?
I'm talking about things he overheard.
At the convention?
No, I think he's just talking about in general.
I have no idea. Please be more specific so that I understand.
The person behind you is speaking loudly. That's funny because, like, in my brain, you're still in bed, which means the person behind you is under your bed. Under your bed, Can. Easily entertained.
I mean, if you have someone in your bed, good for you.
No, this is because it's behind him, so it has to be under the bed.
Same thing.
I guess that also assumes that he's laying on his back. He could be laying on one side, curled up with the phone in front of him, just staring at the phone, going, "I wish I was drawing too," and stuff.
Yeah, that's way too much involved.
I'm so easily entertained.
I think I got this window finally done. Sweet.
Oh.
Here you go.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Even the window. I like the window.
I don't mind drawing windows. I really don't. I just hate having to draw them in the sense of the frame. Every window is different. This is supposed to be a European style window. I just went with what I know. You know, I just I have to basically go based off of material that was previously done, and luckily there was no curtains. So curtains, I think I can actually, it will help me do windows, because like curtains help me like have to deal with like normal organic flow shapes, whereas like a standard window thing like always seems to like be the thing that I get annoyed with. So
Okay.
no, so I ordered before Liquid Death, the water company, was in stores. You had to order it through a website. And so they keep announcing like different partnerships that like they're doing with celebrities and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, this latest one that they're doing is with Travis Barker. If you don't know who that is, that's fine. I think he's from Blink 182.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
And he's linked with one of the Kardashians, I think. And it's an enema kit.
It's a what? An
An enema kit.
Okay.
Feeling bad? Give yourself an enema.
I was about to say,
so then that way,
stuff. We're doing butt stuff again, guys.
Yep. Welcome to the world that seems to happen a lot with me.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right, still working on stuff over here. That doesn't surprise me. Says me trying to figure stuff out. This is not working like I want it to. All right. That's right. Well, that's a thing. We only have about 12 minutes left, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get this coding to work correctly. Need to actually be, you get the idea here. You need to. Should have looked under images in the first place. Some of these guys have already figured out how to make cars turn around corners and pivoting them over the pivot points so you can come up with all the math. It's kind of cool. I wonder if I can do this.
The worst Beatles song ever.
Do what?
So basically, I made a comment to Bill, and I said, "Strawberry Poops," and he goes, "Sounds like a Beatles song," and I'm like,
"Strawberry Poop Forever." Yeah, I can see.
I mean, that sounds like the worst Beatles song ever.
Really does. I'm just gonna say it now. That's pretty lousy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Wish I had thought about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a template and putting a template down for a turn. It would have been probably the most useful thing I'd done in a long time, but I didn't think of it, and so my turns look weird.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Now what I need to do is tools, create new primitive. We'll make it a plane, except this becomes our turning template. Oh. Like, this is so obviously cool. Like, change.
One of the most famous lines, I think, from The Mummy. Just a friendly reminder that if you're still alive, you're not struggling with depression. Depression is struggling with you.
Right. Machinations have to go through for you, I swear, program. All right.
Oh, did you get that thing I sent you the other day? I forgot to ask.
Thing you sent me.
Yeah, the thing I sent you about the Michelle Yeoh Star Trek.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. Thank you.
You were saying that you were going to be mid-jonesing for content, and then I saw that.
Well, yeah, except that's still a ways away. Not that that's a problem. You are.
Is it sooner than another season of Star Trek?
No,
Okay, fine.
but it's okay. I still love you. It's all right. Don't worry. There's no problem. I'll get more Star Trek. We get Strange New Worlds starting in June. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Stop doing that. That's weird. Only weird people do stuff like that. Don't do that.
Are you talking to George?
No, I'm talking to the car. See, now it looks like it does what it's supposed to do. Yeah, it's just being weird. Turns are really hard for this thing to do. Apparently. Yeah, we are now out of time.
Oh.
Now, let's see if this works like it's supposed to. He's not there yet. Oh, looks nice. He even gets through the intersection before the red light. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice of him? That's nice of him.
Yeah.
Now I need to get him to come to the stop before the light turns. So here is where I need to do the top view again. And then move him into that lane to this point, which is here. So we will pin him down.
Well, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta go. We gotta end this show, man. Stop fussing with this stuff. I'm fussing with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See you later, Pepper. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We loved having you here. I'll be back on tonight, probably still doing this thing that I'm doing right now. And as always, remember to keep your eyes on
the stars.
Bye-bye.